Hello, Poweraders. I am Power Nate,
And I'm the Mountain.
and today we will be reviewing Powerade Blue Raspberry Cherry.
I'm very excited to try this one.
I am very excited to try this too, because
It's such a nice blue. First of all,
it's a very nice blue.
It's like a navy blue, almost a little bit.
Almost.
It's certainly darker than the mountain berry, I would say. And you got that like kind of nice red label a little bit.
Yeah, it has a red label
which I guess is supposed to represent the cherry, maybe, or I guess. Well, I was gonna say blue raspberry, but I guess the raspberries are blue in this scenario, not red.
Yeah,
like they usually are, or like purplish.
Yeah, it's just a nice sort of color scheme they got going on here.
It kind of works. It's got the red, it's got the black, it's got the white, it's got the blue.
They got the CA-CRV. I believe that's a type of car, the CRV, right?
Oh yeah, my father actually has one of those. He drives it, the Honda or whatever.
Honda CRV.
Yeah,
I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, which is interesting. You have the.
I assume what you can do is you can use this to
power your car.
Well, but only you can only power your Honda CRV in the state of California with this drink.
Interesting. Well, I was gonna say, also, I mean, the color it does look like kind of like that windscreen fluid, like that antifreeze or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it's got that kind of like that bluish tinge to it. I mean, maybe you could use that. I mean, I don't want to sort of say anything like don't hold me liable if you put Powerade in your car. But I mean, color-wise, it's a brilliantly blue color. It could maybe work for some of that. You could probably pass it off.
Maybe.
But you shouldn't do that, of course.
We're not responsible to any.
No, we're not liable.
Damages caused to your car
by mishandling a Powerade. What are the nutrition facts on this thing looking like?
So, if we take a look,
you're doing some Powerade tricks.
I'm very excited for this review.
I'm also very excited for this review. I don't know about you, but
going to the nutrition facts, we have there's about 2.5 servings per container. You got a serving size of 12 fluid ounces or 360 milliliters. About 80 calories per serving. It has 150 milligrams of sodium, 21 grams of carbs. 41% of your daily value of added sugars. Getting on to the ingredients, we have water, high fructose corn syrup, less than 0.5% of citric acid, electrolytes such as salt, monopotassium phosphate, magnesium calcium chlorides, natural flavors, modified food starch, calcium disodium EDTA to protect color, MCT, SAIB, vitamins B3, B6, B12, getting to the hard to pronounce section, we have niacinamide, pyridoxine hydrochloride, and cyanocobalamin, and blue number 1.
I guess that's where it gets its blueness from.
I suppose so.
It is such a nice color, and it's like very reflective as well. It reminds you of the grape a little bit.
Almost. I'd say that color-wise, it's somewhere in between the mountain berry
and the grape.
And the grape.
And like even like kind of at the bottom, like you can kind of see like it's shimmering through a little bit. It's about as translucent on the camera as it is in real life, I would say.
Yeah, which is I'd say that's very rare for a bottle of Powerade.
It comes through almost perfectly, I would say. It's got like a sapphire kind of look at the bottom there, which is very nice.
It's pretty. Yeah,
like
it's very bright. Now, the blue color reminds me. If this is before we even crack this open. If it just based on visuals alone, if this bottle of beverage were a class in Team Fortress 2, which class do you think it would be?
Well, I think the fact that it's both blue and red instantly makes me think of the Spy. Because it could be either.
I see.
And blue raspberry cherry, I feel like they're both berries. I feel like, the French, they're well known for their love of cooking and sweets. Maybe they like, berry tart. So maybe that could be a sort of a connection there. I'm not really sure who else. I suppose, Powerade is an American drink. I suppose the Scout as well, the Scout class. He's from Boston, right? Yeah. He would probably maybe enjoy Powerade. I mean, he runs a lot.
Yeah,
So you might
I
like
was
that.
see. I didn't even think about the connection of the fact that there's both red and blue on this bottle.
Yeah.
But kind of for some reason, the first class I thought of was the engineer.
Interesting.
Actually,
He's the Texas guy who builds things.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the connection there?
well, I think that he's building a lot of buildings. He's whacking them with his wrench. He has to be on the lookout for
He has to get hydrated.
aforementioned spies and all that. And sometimes he just wants to rancho relaxo and have a nice Powerade to replenish his electrolytes from the sweats, from the electrolytes he loses in the sweat of him
In the heat of
upgrading his
battle.
building. Yeah.
Interesting. I can see that. Although I believe Coca-Cola is based in Atlanta, Georgia, I believe. So
I believe so.
that's relatively south. It's not Texas, but it's pretty close.
It's not Texas South, but it's still.
it's the southeast. But it's close enough. I could. I'm sure. I'm sure many of those mercenaries would love to have a sip on that refreshing juice. It is I would say, I don't want to say the elixir of the gods, but Powerade's pretty darn close. Ambrosia, if you will. So yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about this great drink. There's the smart label if you want to look at that, I suppose. But
We'll just.
have you ever scanned the smart label?
I have not.
I've actually scanned the smart label, I believe. And I think it sends you to the webpage. I think it just sends you to like Powerade.com. If we've not mentioned that before, but we have now, I suppose.
But yeah, I think it's time we
let's
just
open this up.
crack this boy open.
It's a bottle, not a boy.
I'm sorry.
Let's lift it up. I want to show people. Oh, look at that. That looks so nice.
Oh, it smells very good.
Oh,
It's a very.
it almost reminds me a little bit of mixed berry, actually.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? It's like a mixed berry, but like a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, it reminds me a little bit of.
It almost reminds me of
Kool-Aid a little bit.
not necessarily Kool-Aid. I was actually thinking
sponsored.
outside the realm of drinks. It sort of reminds me of the ocean in a way.
Ooh, I could see that a little bit. It's like, it feels expansive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a very deep.
It actually has to me, it has a very similar smell to Tropic Punch Kool-Aid. I've had a little bit of Kool-Aid in recent months, but I think it's an apt comparison. I'm actually wearing sort of like a navy blue shirt at the moment, so
I'm not. Mine is.
yeah, yours is maroon.
It's a very maroon, and this is a very.
Yeah,
See, this is more of a navy blue. This is
Yeah.
a very navy red.
I tend to sort of color match on accident my outfit with the drinks that we drink. At least one of them usually. But which I think we've mentioned this more than once, but it was sort of accidental.
I don't think my outfits have ever actually matched
No.
a drink before.
Well, I think the first time I was wearing a T-Mobile shirt, which I don't think matched any of those. For most of them, I think usually I have. It's just whatever I'm wearing at the time, I think. But regardless, I think we should.
You're in the mood for Powerade.
Yeah, I'm always in the mood for Powerade. So, and especially now, it's cheers because I am
Cheers.
ready to dig into this because it smells so good. Did you spill it in your eyes? Again?
No.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am the most okay I've been in my entire life.
Wow. You finished that.
I finished that.
It's pretty good.
I think it's not just good. I think it's amazing.
It's very good.
It is.
It's up there. It's
way up there.
Would you say it's climbing up the mountaintop?
Maybe.
It's
a contender.
It tastes very similar to Mountain Berry Blast. I think perhaps that was maybe like not a base, but like maybe some of the berry flavoring. Like we mentioned before, maybe there's raspberry, maybe there's cherry. But I feel like it's strong here. Like I feel like it's a little stronger. It's a little sweet, but it's not like so saturated with sweetener.
Yeah.
It's a little.
It's just
it's slightly diluted, just enough to be
more.
good. It's.
Would you like some more, friend?
I will.
Top you off.
Thank you. There's like a little bit of. There's like a little cotton candy, almost like a sort of sweetness in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually very, very good.
It's very good.
And this is not a common flavor. I don't remember where I found this. I believe it might have been like a Walmart or something. Or no, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've collected these. It could have. Oh, actually, I think maybe when we went to the store together, I think maybe I picked it up. I think that might have been it, actually.
At the shop, right?
Yeah, I believe it was a shop right.
Okay.
That was good. That was a fun time. And they actually even have more flavors that we may have to find eventually, like the melon and mango I've been mentioning. But this is good.
It's a very good flavor.
It like I mentioned that cotton candiness. It's like
it has a nice shock to it without being overbearing. It's just I can't put
good.
Into words how
it's sweetness, but it's
how
not,
it makes me feel.
It's not like a sugarness, but it's like a sweetness. If that makes any sense. Like the flavor itself is sweet. And I don't mean that in like the way that some of the zeros have been sweet. I mean like it's a good sort of heartiness to it. Yeah, I mean I will say the mountain berry comparison I think is very accurate. I don't know about you. Would you say?
I'd say so. I'd say this is in a way it's a much more intense version of mountain berry.
Okay, interesting. It's tough for me because I mean my name is obviously the mountain. I'm a big fan of a mountain berry, the drink, the Powerade, but I mean this is good. I think one of the reasons perhaps I like it so much is because it's very similar. And that's not to say they're the same drink. They're obviously two different drinks.
Pardon me.
God. I would say this is like maybe a little more sweeter. There's a little bit of a bite, but it's really not bad. It's good. I'd say this is maybe a little sweeter of the two. This is maybe a little more. There's some fruit that comes out a little more in this, and I don't know what it is. I think honestly, Mountain Berry maybe have like a little orange in or something to give it tartness. This I don't think is as tart. I would say it's the cherry, but we've had the white cherry, and I don't know that this doesn't taste like the white cherry.
No,
this is a lot better.
It's a much better cherry flavor.
Yeah, like it's just got like a good sweetness. I don't know that I'm getting too much of the blue raspberry though. Really?
Yeah.
Like it feels like maybe that's what the berry is supposed to kind of be representing, but I feel like it's very cherryish, which is interesting because you'd think like the white cherry would be more cherryish, and this would probably be more of that blue raspberry. But in reality, I feel like the white cherry is just a strange thing.
I think what it is that the blue raspberry and the cherry just complement each other so well.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know what to say about this one. Like flavor wise, it's good. I mean, the color's very good. The label itself looks very nice. I don't think there is a zero version of this, sadly.
I don't believe so.
I think this is exclusive to the sugared varieties.
Which I honestly would be. I think that a zero version of this would be very well received.
Yeah, I think there's only a few times we've mentioned that like there should probably be a zero version of this.
But I think I've noticed that the flavors that are zeros, we tend to be like, this shouldn't be a zero. But then we taste flavors that aren't zeros.
Like
and
cucumber lime and this. Although the Power Waters, I don't know if that counts because
because they're already 0 calories.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, this is real good.
This is a very good drink.
I wonder. I feel like it would be similar to the mixed berry zero. I think it would maybe be like a slightly more
saturated.
Yeah, like a slightly more cherryish version of that. Maybe I think.
Okay.
Which it does sound pretty good, but I don't know that it's too. It's not. I don't think it's an oversight in their market. If that makes sense. You drink too much of this. You drink way too much of this. Like you drink like a lot. Like you drank like 2/3 of this thing, of this bottle. I don't even know how many calories that is.
Well, according to this, there is
Well, there's like two. You had like over two servings.
2.5 servings.
You had like a 1.5 serving. So you probably had like, I don't know, enough calories. Probably too many. What is it? How many? 80, oh yeah, it's 80 per. So you probably had like what, 120? That's a fair. I mean, that's a fair amount, I suppose. That's not too bad. And it's gonna hydrate you. I absolutely would love this. If I was an athlete and I was given this, I would love this. It's refreshing and sweet.
If I were a football player who was given this in the final quarter,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would go on to hit a grand slam
Interesting.
because it's just that good.
Interesting. I don't know about a lot about sports. I'm not like I'm not like an avid sports watcher. I think what you said was wrong, but I'm going to assume that it was for comedic effect.
Is
Grand Slam is a baseball, isn't it?
could it be soccer? Is a grand slam?
No, that's a hat. No, hat trick is not. No, that's a different thing actually. Hat trick is the puck one, is the hockey.
What's that game in Wii Sports where I'm not too big of a sports
Baseball.
Person. It's the one where
Archery.
What?
Tennis.
No, it's the one with like the. It's like there's like a.
Have you played Wii Sports?
Yeah, I played it yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't played in a while. But do they have Powerade in that game?
I think it might be sponsored by Powerade.
Is it? That actually be? I would actually play a Powerade sponsored game. I don't know about you. That sounds actually very exciting. I may have to do that. I may have to make a Powerade sponsored game. Get the license. I think they'd appreciate it. I think like I don't know about you. I feel like a shooting game, like an on-rail shooter, would be good for the Powerade license.
Are you thinking like a first-person shooter?
Have you ever like those Star Wars arcade games?
Oh.
Like where you kind of just like stand there and then like things kind of come towards you and you shoot them.
Yeah.
I think there was on the Nintendo Wii there was a Nerf rail shooter that I don't remember being good, or I don't remember playing it actually, but I know it exists. And I feel like that would work well for the Powerade license.
I think
like a sci-fi kind of futuristic.
I think that what a good Powerade game could be is, I'm thinking sort of like
Well, here's an
a
idea.
game like Metroid.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was envisioning.
Well, not like Metroid Prime. I'm thinking like one of the
two-dimensional games.
One of the 2D Metroids.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. That could be fun. I feel like another thing, you know how Nintendo games, they have like an amiibo support system? I feel like you could maybe do that with Powerade, where you scan the QR codes or something, or the barcode maybe.
Like
I think that'd be fun.
What is it? The Smart Label?
Yeah, there's like the Smart Label. Maybe they could have like different cans. Well, I mean, because they have that already, right? They can have the My Coke rewards and things.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Hey, I said excuse me. I did not burp for 3 minutes straight. But yeah, I feel like they could have a thing where you like scan...
My burps were very pleasant. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't go that far. But I would say that I think they should have a system where you can scan individual bottles of Powerade and it gives you powers. So like, speaking of Powerade, the song of Powerade is upon us. The blue waves of joy. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe that's why this is going to be so highly rated.
It's a divine.
It came up in the. I remember it came up in the fruit punch. It came up in the. Was that in the first one? It was the zero white cherry.
I believe it is 10 o'clock now.
Interesting. Wow, we've been recording for a fair amount of time. I mean, frankly, people will be able to sort of triangulate the exact time that we record things. Because we record several of these kind of in an hour, right? So very little of the time is cut or wasted unless something is sort of unusable or annoying or whatever. I figure most of our, even if it's like sort of a bit off topic, it's usually related to the drink. So I feel like
in some odd way, shape, or form.
Yeah, like if we're talking about like the Jetsons or whatever.
Yeah.
We're trying to sort of allude to the drink without specifically mentioning it, which is of course a great literary technique. So I feel like that's okay if we keep that in. But the weird stuff, maybe gets cut out, like people screaming or dogs barking or things like that. That needs to be cut out.
Now, we've kind of been beating around the bush this entire time. I think the time has come.
I know your rating.
We're about 20 minutes into the video.
Well, it's because it's deserved it, because frankly this is an incredible drink. I mean, I kind of know your rating. You can just say it. Just say what you want to say.
I mean, I don't know if you're rating what you think I'm going to say is correct. I'm thinking this is a 6.5 out of 7.
I was also going to go 6.5, I think. But I want to be nice. I want to give it the 7.
I also kind of want to give it the 7. You know what?
You heard it. You damaged
7.
7.
It's a 7.
It's a 7. It's really good. Drink it.
I'm trying to. There we go. Okay, it's back up. We don't have a tripod, so
no, we don't have a tripod. It's actually very low. Usually, it's actually a lot higher.
It's a lot higher usually.
You can only really see our head. There. Oh, that's a little too. Okay. I think that's a little. That's. I think you have it. Come on, a little bit.
I hate phones.
You should. Well, I mean, it's not the phone's fault. And maybe if I just lean in, that looks a little better. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the angle's a little strange, but whatever. This is really good. I kind of do want to give it the 7 because
I'm giving it the 7.
It reminds me so much of Mountain Berry. I mean, it is essentially, in a way, I feel like maybe I should be a bit harsh about it because it reminds me so much of Mountain Berry, but at the same time, it's real good. So I don't.
It's very good. I think it deserves the 7 that we've given it.
It's just delicious.
Amazing.
I think we're gonna finish this bottle probably.
Utterly superb.
We finished bottles before, haven't we?
The Mountain Berry Blast, I believe. We
finished.
on
That's
camera.
what it was. I think we should finish this one on camera.
Are we gonna finish this on camera?
I am.
All right.
I mean, you have most of yours available, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna top myself up. We have some video games to sort of run through in a bit. I mean, you can
You want me to?
Yeah. I mean, I have a pretty big thing.
An elixir.
Yeah, I didn't give you as much left, but you also had like way more than me. So I probably had like.
I have a slight drinking problem.
That's fine. Yeah, this is why I usually don't drink too much alcohol. Is because I've recognized from my Powerade drinking that perhaps it's gonna be an issue. It is good. I know sometimes it may seem like we're having a laugh over here. This is very good.
It's just the joy of Powerade. Are my teeth blue? No.
I don't think so. I feel like this is like up there. What are your like top 5 in no order? What are your top 5 Powerades so far?
This is definitely one of them. I'd say Mountain Berry Blast is one of them as well.
What about the Power Waters?
Yes. I believe. What was the best one out of all of that? Wasn't that the mango?
The mango was good. Yeah, I think you wanted a mango. Actually, we should actually probably go to my house and get my mango because I still have the mango to give you.
And I still have the noodles to trade you for the mango.
Yeah, we do some trade and bartering here. Mango was good. The cucumber lime was good. I think the mixed berry was the weakest.
All of the Power Waters were very good.
They were pretty good. Yeah, I don't think any of them were bad. I think the mixed berry was slightly disappointing, but even so, it was good.
So yeah, those, I'd say this Mountain Berry Blast, Mango Power Water.
For me, cucumber lime is also on that list, and also the tropical mango Powerade itself. Although I do like the melon, but
I'm trying to think what other flavors.
I might put the melon on there actually as well.
I also like the.
I forget which one. What other ones
have gotten high ratings?
Grape. Was grape one?
Grape was good. Grape was probably up there for me.
Normal or 0? Because they are different.
I'm thinking normal.
Okay.
I think that was the one we said had more of a wine taste.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But I mean, there's some good flavors. I think we may have to go back and kind of like
re-explore some of them.
Like not even necessarily re-explore, but like sort of put things into perspective. I think a little bit.
Yeah, like make almost a tier list of the beverages.
It's hard to like put things, sort of compare things to each other when you're not sort of directly comparing them at that same time, like drinking like one after the other. But like, I mean, after weeks and weeks, it's been a while. I don't remember like sort of the ultras really, like how they fared in my head. I remember not being particularly a fan of them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I rated them fairly. I don't think. Like, I feel like maybe I was too nice at the time, or the number score that I gave maybe was not reflective overall of Powerade. But what I think usually are sort of verbal explanations of the drinks usually hold up better than the numbers, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I feel like the numbers...
I think that's a fair assumption.
I mean, in cases like this, I think a 7 should speak for itself. But I feel like we have a lot more to say about the drinks than a mere number. Which is why, obviously, these videos can run for a fair amount of time. But, you know, I think in some cases they deserve it. I think in this case it deserves it. Mountain Berry. You know, I don't think we've... I think usually, I mean, they last, what, about like 20 minutes? I think that's a good amount of time to sort of...
Truly
like go over the sort of... Yeah, like go over the facts of it. You know, that's why we mentioned like the nutrition stuff and the ingredients, things like that. But also like the more subjective things, like what we like in the drink, what we dislike in the drink. You know, the colors, things like that. I know you have... you know, you're colorblind, but it doesn't mean you can't appreciate the colors, the beauty of the Powerade. I just think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm not an
I couldn't have said
but
it better myself.
this is a work of beauty, of aesthetic, pleasing art, I would say.
Do you have any further comments? Because I think that all I have to say really that's left is just go try it.
Yeah, I usually say like the sort of casual and sort of serious Powerade drinkers. I think everyone's gonna like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a very agreeable flavor.
Yeah, like here's the thing, right? So like mixed berry is like the flagship flavor, and this is pretty close.
I'd say it's a more robust version of the mixed berry in a way.
Interesting. I think they're both good in different categories, but I can see kind of where you're coming from. I think that like I would be very surprised if this was not like a huge flavor. I feel like this should be a huge flavor. I don't think it is. I think it's a bit more
underground.
Yeah, it's harder to find. But it deserves all the praise it gets, because frankly, this is a very, very delicious flavor of Powerade. In fact, actually, this is the last of it.
Some left.
Yeah, I have a little bit left because I've been talking the whole time about it because how good it is, and I've been speaking my praises of it. But
it's got a little bit left, and it'll be the second bottle we finish on.
Yeah, well, because I want to like savor it. I know you've been gulping it down. Like I don't think you appreciate it fully.
I did. I very much appreciated it in my own way.
I guess that's fair enough. But that cotton candiness, it's like a cotton candy grape, a little bit, maybe a little bit, or like something like that. It's just sweet. It's good, and I'm going to finish it on camera because it's good.
So I think that about wraps up for this Powerade review.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to finish it. That was good.
So yeah, stay safe, Poweraders, and adios.
Until next time, farewell.